Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, we'll start in a couple of minutes, so everyone will have a chance to join. And today we will talk about in our upcoming course, which is AWS DevOps. And we will talk about this course, who is more, let's say, liable for this course and who will enjoy it the most, and what kind of knowledge you will get during passing this course. We'll also talk about the structure of this course, about the rules, about the communication channels, and about what is the additional activities we just prepared for you.
And I believe there will be some details on the tasks, on the how to work with them, and do we have the link to the course registration or?
Yep, I will try to find this one. So yeah, I had to prepare it beforehand, but yeah, bear with me for a second. So I'll try to find this one.
By the way, the link and the QR code for the registration is provided in the end of our speech and presentation.
Oh, okay, cool. So hopefully it will work. The show, but still okay. So it looks like I found the course, but I'm not sure if I can just get the registration link. Okay, let's try this one. So hopefully this one will help, and I will also try to find the link to join our Discord channel. But we'll talk a little bit more about it a little bit later. Okay. So I think we are good to go. So hopefully everyone who wanted to join already joined us. But anyways, so hello. My name is Anton, and I'm a systems engineer at EPAM. And today, Ivan Danilov with me, who is a lead systems engineer at EPAM, and Alisa, who's senior systems engineer working at EPAM. All of us are systems engineers and also known as DevOps engineers. So, and our duty is to take care of the software development and deployment lifecycle for in our projects. And let's jump into the second slide. And this is our faces, this is our names, and our titles. So hello, everyone, once again. And today we have a quite short agenda, but still very, let's say, inspiring. So first of all, we'll talk about the course itself. So we will have a look at what kind of knowledge you can get during while passing this course, and then we will talk about how to pass this course. So what are the tasks, what cross-check is, what are the rules, and what are the time constraints. And in the end, we will also have the communication and materials section where we will introduce the structure and maybe the places, technologies, and rules on how to pass this course. And for sure, in the end, you will have a chance to ask all of the questions. But if you have any questions during our speech, so feel free to ask them in the chat. We will try to answer all of them in the end. And I think at this point, I'd like to give the mic to Ivan. Ivan, stage is yours.
Yep, sure. Thank you, Anton. And we'll briefly speak about the course, what will be there. The course will be an introduction of the duties or responsibilities or the tasks that might occur in your work or in our work during the working with AWS in DevOps. And this course will be accompanied with a couple of types of events. So the first is the tasks, the main thing. Every week, you will begin a task with the description and the goal to make it work. And at the end of the week or 2 weeks, probably, if the task is difficult enough, um, you will need to do the best part. I think the most valuable in learning part is to assess the work of your peers. Also, we will have uh, probably a couple of introduction sessions for course parts, not probably for every task or for after every task, but if you will be engaged and will ask a lot about these sessions, we'll try to uh, provide you more sessions on this thing. And the last part is the AWS workshops. We didn't plan a lot of them, but they might occur during the course. AWS workshops is the practical session where you're given the account and a pretty big task to perform during this event.
Yeah, I can just jump in. So about the AWS workshops. So I think the main part about the workshops is, no, but this account is, let's say, free of charge. So you can try the resources without being charged by the AWS, and also guided by the mentor. So
yeah, it's free of charge for trainees, but for AWS, it's still it still costs money, so you won't be able to spin up the monstrous virtual machine just for your fun. But yeah, anyway, for this course, we might have these AWS workshops, but since we didn't plan anything, you still have a possibility to find the previous workshops, and they are available now on the same YouTube channel. You can search in the Live tab, I believe, and find a big amount of them. They are still available. You can pass them with your personal account, but be conscious on the costs. Let's talk more in detail about the course plan. So the course will be split into several parts. The first part will be intended to configure the foundation for your system. So it will be the configuration of the IAM roles for your AWS account. You will surely need one AWS account for this, and the first task is about it. Then we will need the foundation resources like networking and virtual machines, everything to deploy on. And this is about it. The next part is the deployment of the Kubernetes. So the famous Kubernetes that is used almost everywhere. You will build it from ground up and deploy it on the machines in the cloud, or for now we have an option to work locally to lower the costs. because even with the minimal setup, it still can be a bit more than free tier. So you will have options, but if you want to go completely with cloud, you feel free to do it. Yeah. The next part is more about automation. So previously we had the Kubernetes deployed on resources locally or in the cloud, and now we want to actually deploy something there. And you will have an opportunity to create your own app. It's out of the scope of this task, and you can get any app from the internet, or we can and we will provide you an example that should be deployed in the Kubernetes. Then we will automate it, and previous slide, please. And the main part is the using the Jenkins and deploying the Jenkins in the Kubernetes, and using this awesome tool to automate everything from building to checking the code with the SonarQube, to checking the problems, possibly code quality and everything, and then surely deployment with widely known tools like Helm. And after the deployment, we are moving to the last part of the course, is when we want to actually see what is happening with our application, with our infrastructure. We want to know what is going on and why something isn't working, or working in not good enough. So we will need to provide us tools to observe everything on the hood, everything in our system. We'll deploy the Grafana and Prometheus and configure dashboards and alerts to stay up to date with our current state of infrastructure. So this is it. This is about the course plan, but I want to bring your attention to one point about the costs of the for this infrastructure. And the next slide will show you the approximate cost for the infrastructure used for this course, if you completely forget how to destroy the infrastructure, and you will know about it at the first step of the course. So I would recommend you go to AWS free tier and consult with it a couple of times when you deploy something, when you introduce new resource in the cloud. And I believe most of the resources are under the free tier, and we will provide you a couple of options to minimize the costs. But if you want to deploy something outside of the free tier, also please go to the AWS calculator for the resources and consult how much it will cost. And if you will be conscious about this and will know what you're doing and what you're deploying, then your spendings will be completely minimal, if not zero. So yeah, this is it about the course plan. And I think the next part is the tasks. And
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Ivan. And okay, so you may not care about the costs and so on for now, because on the first session, which will be held on the next week, we will talk about how to create a AWS account and how to make sure that in your during using this account, you will not be charged. Okay, I can't say you will not be charged at all, but at least you may set the alert just to make sure that okay, at least you are aware that you will be charged with with a couple of cents, for example, or something like this, and then you will have an option just to turn off these resources and stop all of these charges. And during all of the tasks, we will also try to keep you on track about what are the prices for these resources if you will forget to turn them off. And the thing is, but when you create your first AWS account, so you will be granted with the free tier account. By free tier, I mean some of the resources, some of them, okay, maybe not basic resources, but bunch of the resources will be completely free. But they will be free only for 1 year. After 1 year, you will be charged for all these resources if they will still be deployed. So, and we will also take care about this one in the end of the course. So I will let you know which of the resources you need to remove, what should you delete, and which resources we should get rid of. So, okay, since we talk about the course itself, let's talk about how our educational process will be structured. So, first of all, for all of our tasks, we will have one repository for this course, and this repository will be separated for tasks. So first of all, maybe it's not tasks, but it's kind of parts, and in these parts, you will have tasks. If I recall it correctly, so it should be 7 tasks, and almost all of them are 1 week long. So you will have 1 week just to start it and finish it. Actually, it's not prohibited to go in your own pace, and if you're feeling pretty confident, so you can just go straight ahead and complete all of the course in 1 week. Why not? And hopefully no changes will be done for the last part of this course. So as Ivan already mentioned, we will try to hold weekly sessions where we will try to explain what should you do, what it is, and how to deploy it, and what is the desired result. So what should you submit? But mostly all this information can be found in this repository. So I will share this link in the Discord channel. We will talk about the Discord channel a bit later, since it's in our main communication channel. And this is a place where you can find all of the information and seek for help, seek for any announcements, actually just whatever. So it's the main place where we all coming together, talking, asking questions, answering them, and just trying to find the truth. As I already mentioned, okay, so at first lecture, we will talk about how to create account, how to set up the alerts on if you will have any charges from the AWS side. Just because even if we have straight instructions, so okay, you need to create the EC2 instance, but not knowing what you're doing. So for example, you can go to the ChatGPT and ask him, okay, how to solve this task, and the ChatGPT will tell you, okay, just create a bunch of instances. You will create a bunch of instances, but for some reason it will be not as smallest instances which are reliable for the free tier, but it will be the medium or maybe large size. And in this case, it will be charged just because the medium and large size instances are not free tier reliable. So be careful with AI language models, but feel free to use them. So, but you'd rather use them as I don't know, as a rubber duck. So you just can talk with someone if you're shy for some reason, or hesitating to talk in the Discord channel. So, and at this link, if you will go straight to this QR code, so you can find in our repository with all of our tasks. We have been slightly changed from the previous run, but hopefully this time everything will go so smooth. Okay, so I think at this point I need to pass the microphone to Alisa, but before, I only want to mention, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the Discord channel. And we will also provide you all of the links in the Discord channel, in the announcement channel. No, okay, it's announcement. I don't know if it's channel or group or room or something like this. I don't know how it's called in the Discord terms. But yeah, we will give you all of the links, all of the information about the upcoming events and so on. Don't forget to push on the role button in the role assigner room in the Discord channel, just to stay tuned about all of the upcoming news. Thank you. Alisa, stage is yours.
Thank you, Anton. Hi, everybody. So let's observe the main Discord channels that we use for the communication throughout the course. So the announcements channel is the place where all the important updates and deadlines are posted. So make sure to check it regularly. The next one is cross-check. Is mostly used for peer review activities and assignments. We also have two main discussion channels, AWS DevOps rule for Russian-speaking students, and also for the English communication. And finally, random is our space for off-topics and community bonding, such as memes, questions, and just saying hi. So please stay active, respectful, and supportive in each of these spaces. Yeah, and please do not forget about the main community goals, such as building a strong learning community. We need to encourage collaboration, knowledge sharing, and support among students to foster the sense of belonging and teamwork. It's about encouraging active problem solving, promote a culture of troubleshooting and critical thinking by discussing real-world DevOps scenarios, and provide continuous feedbacks and improvement. Offer constructive feedback on projects and practices to help everyone improve your skills. Next slide, please. And here are also some helpful resources to support your learning way throughout the course. Always start with official documentation, because it's the most reliable and up-to-date source for any tool or service. Also, YouTube is a great solution for quick visual tutorials on topics like Docker, Kubernetes, and Jenkins. Stack Overflow is your go-to for troubleshooting and real-world insights from the DevOps community. And finally, GenAI tools, they're allowed, but use them wisely. They can help, but please do not replace it with your own understanding, as Anton has already mentioned. So here it's displayed all the QR codes for the Discord and AWS workshop, and also for the registration. So feel free to scan that and jump into the links.
Yeah, I just can find the links for the Discord channel. Okay, maybe let me just create another one. Okay, I don't know if it will work, but let's try it like this. Okay, yeah, here we go. Here is the link. Okay, and I think one more thing worth mentioning. So since Era School is community-driven community or community-driven school, I don't know, so the place where you can seek for knowledge, we are always welcome some people who is eager to help someone and who is the most active will be granted the RS school activist role in the Discord. So this means but you are kind of source of truth, and you can help to someone, and you are kind of window where people can seek for help, except us for sure. But surely, for sure, we will also be in this Discord channel, and we will try to help you if you will have any questions. But I'd say systems engineering is kind of I don't know. This is a place where you can create something. You don't need to. You don't have any constraints. For sure, you have some rules, some best practices, but usually you have different ways how to solve all of these tasks. And even from the previous run, so we slightly changed the course itself. So for now, we will not only require you to deploy all of it inside of the clouds, but you will also have an option to deploy it on your local machine. So for example, it's Minikube, which is a tool to, let's say, emulate the Kubernetes cluster on your local machine. But still okay. So for educational knowledges, that's pretty fine. And hopefully on the first lecture, we will also talk about how to submit all of our tasks. We will try to pass all of it. We'll try to pass this path together, and I will try to show you how to really submit what you have done. So you will need to create your separate repository in the GitHub, create branches for each task, and then create a pull request to the main branch, and then merge them, and then submit only these pull request links, just to make sure. But the person who will check your job will have only one source of information. So he'll don't need to go to your another repositories or try to find the information in the internet and so on. So people only go to this pull request and try to find all the changes that you have done. And since we are not talking about the programming, so it's systems engineering, and here we have some things but may be not too obvious if from the code perspective. So I encourage you to put as many screenshots as possible of your job, what is done. So for example, it may be some I don't know, when we will deploy the Jenkins. So Jenkins will be okay. Jenkins may be not accessible from the internet. It may be just deployed on your local machine. And just to make sure that it's really deployed and what it really works, the person who will check your job will not have an option just to verify if it's really deployed. So just put some screenshots of your deployment right inside of your pull request. Hopefully it will be enough just to make sure that job is done. GitHub link still not working. Oh, let me have a look at this one. So hopefully I can find it quite fast. So it should be like AWS. Okay, so you already shared this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. This one. Yeah.
Hopefully it works.
Okay, and okay, let me maybe show you how it looks like. So just for us to be on the same side. So it's okay, it's not this one. No, for some reason I just can't find it. Okay, let me copy the link from the chat. How can I can't copy it. Okay, so hopefully in the upcoming Monday, we will have in our first session where I will try to show you all of the information which is necessary to pass this course. Yeah, just because I can't find this repository for now, for some reason. Any questions while I'm looking for
I have
repository?
When does the course start?
Actually, the course starts on Monday, I believe. So, okay, nope, it's today. So today is the start date of this course. And this will mean the start of our, yeah, exactly. So it's 6th of June, so which is today. So, and the first task will be 1 week long. So that means what due to, so it's 13th of June, you will need to submit your job. We will talk about it on Monday. So how to submit this job and what exactly should be done. And when we are talking about the course, so all of our tasks will be checked by, okay, we are just leveraging the cross-check approach. What does that mean? So whenever you're submitting your job, whenever you're submitting your task and you're creating the pull request, you will be participated in the cross-check. And your job will be checked by 4 other students. And you will also need to check someone else's job. You will also need to check 4 jobs of other students. If you will not check 4 of them, you will not get points. So it's very, very important. So don't forget about it. You will need to check the jobs from other students just to get your own points. Sometimes you will not get 4 reviews for your job, but it's okay. So you will get the mathematical mean of all of the points which you just get. So for example, if you get only 3 points and all of them are 100, so you will get just 100 plus 100 plus 100 and divided by 3. So yeah, it's exactly 100, and that's okay. If you will get less than 3, but still okay. So you will get the mathematical mean of all of the points which you just got. And we also have a deadlines for the cross-check. So once the task is finished, and it will be finished, first task will be finished on 13th of June, the cross-check due date is 19th of June. So you will have 6 days just to check for jobs. Usually that's okay. And since we are community-driven community, so I really encourage you to be as friendly and helpful as possible. So not just say, okay, so your job is pretty bad, so I'll give you just 0 points and you just did nothing, or at least I didn't understood what you just made here. No, it's not in our case. So it's better just to call the student, find him in the Discord channel, or just write a message in the pull request and tell him, okay, looks like you have some maybe misunderstanding of his task and you may do it a bit better. And please spend a bit more time just to explain what exactly he just did wrong. Because on the next week, for example, you may be on the other side of his story. So, and you may be the student who will get the 0 points just for nothing. So just for no reason. And yeah, be as helpful and friendly as possible. Help each other. It will really help. And it will make our educational process pretty smooth, good, friendly, and joyful. So yeah, this is my message. Okay, maybe let's have a look at the questions. Okay, is it have a B2, B1 for learning? Yes, it will be enough. So all of the tasks are written in our repository, so feel free to ask, for example, Google Translate or ChatGPT just to translate them. But they are mostly quite understandable. So from all the perspectives of English learning. Okay, hello to everyone. Must wait 1 week to start the overtask, or can we complete them as fast as we can? You can complete them as fast as you can. But right now I'm looking at the schedule and I see, but for some reason changes just doesn't sync with this course. So yeah, in our 3 latest tasks, so we will be squashed in 1. So the previous time we just decided, but okay, it's 3 weeks is just too much for monitoring topic.
I think we should add that submitting the tasks will be opened only after the task completion. So everyone can start another task before actual end of the previous one. But the submission of the previous task will be opened only at the end of the task. So you will need an artifact for this task in any case to submit it for the task review. And after this, if you have it, like a pull request, then feel free to start another task. But you will need to wait another week to submit it again. So yeah.
So in other words, you could just prepare all 7 pull requests and just come into the application once a week and then just submit your job and wait for it to be checked for as many people as possible. Okay, how beginner friendly is this course? Will students without prior knowledge of Kubernetes be able to complete it? I'd say yes, but maybe you will need a bit more time. So, okay, so what is Kubernetes? So you will need to go to the Google and ask him, okay, what is Kubernetes? He'll tell you, okay, it's an orchestration tool. Good. What is next? Mostly we have I'd say quite good instructions about what is expected from you. And if you will provide all of this information to any LLMs, so I think you will be already provided with some information on how to solve it. But for understanding what you just done, I think it's not enough. So you will need just to read some documentation to try to understand, okay, so it's Kubernetes, but what kind of Kubernetes? We still have Minikube, which, as I already mentioned, is kind of replica of Kubernetes, which you can deploy on your local machine. It will be just one, okay, from the perspective of just, let's say, Windows user, yeah? Okay, it's just an application which may run containers. And you can just deploy it on your local machine and it will work. And you can even make deployments on this Kubernetes cluster, even if it's just a Minikube, which is one node cluster. So you will need just a bit more time just to understand what actually happened when you ran all of the commands which ChatGPT suggested you to run. And moreover, you will have a Discord channel where you can ask all of the questions, because all of us, I hope, know that there are no stupid questions. So feel free to ask them. They all be answered, I hope. Okay. Bunch of questions about Discord channel link. How can they join? So on and so forth. And GitHub still not working.
I think
our folder.
there is a misunderstanding here. For each participant, so each student should have their own GitHub repository where they will be doing their tasks. So yeah, probably the course in REST Collab will provide you something strange. Please don't use it if you will be given this thing, because it's for another purposes and another courses, and we honestly didn't find a way to just disable this.
Yeah, I think it's in our fault. So maybe in the task creation, window, so maybe there's some kind of checkbox. So just don't create the repository in this user's account. But just ignore these repositories, or you can make them public. It's really very important, because I believe all of these repositories are private. So you can just make them public and use them to run all of the tasks from this course. Okay, are checks randomly assigned? Yep. From week to week, you will be assigned to different random users. You will be assigned before students which job you need to check, and your job will be also assigned to 4 users, to 4 students who will need to check your job.
The important part of this, if you submit your task, you will be given something to review. If you forget to submit anything, you won't be given any works to review. So yeah, please don't forget to submit your tasks.
And also you will not get any points. So yeah, it's really important. 2 things. First one, don't forget to submit your task until the due date. Due date usually is, I can't recall, it's Saturday or Sunday. Friday? Okay, for some reason. Okay. I believe I'll have a look at the schedule, and hopefully end of a Saturday. But pay attention to the time zone, just because sometimes when app arrest school shows you what, okay, the end date is 13th of June, so it may be what it's maybe 12 o'clock. So actually you have only time until end of the day on Friday just to submit all your job. So pay attention to this one. Whenever you will go to do these tasks, you will have an option to click on them and find the real time where it will be submitted. And I believe this application shows you your local time. But yeah, there's some mess around the dates and timestamps.
And please completely forget about cheating and be 100% honest while evaluating the others' work. Yeah, just not to minimize the scores for each task.
Yeah, and actually checking someone's job is not a job which you should put on the shoulders of LLMs. Just because during these checks, you will also have a chance to get some knowledge about how something works, or maybe you may have a chance to do something better, and then you can just find out it in someone's job. So please don't put these checks on the shoulders of LLM, because I don't know, it's even kind of disrespectful. So the robot checking someone's job, I don't know. So feel free to use the LLMs when you're doing your own job, but please don't use LLMs while checking someone else's job. Access to my GitHub. I believe this is just because we already mentioned, so you will be provided with the freshly created repository, which you may or may not choose to use during this course.
Remember that people who will check your work will need the access to this repository, to your repository.
Yeah, just go to the settings, and in the general settings, I believe, just make them public, and it will be enough. So you need to go to general settings and then scroll down below and then change visibility or something like this. And yeah, there will be a bunch of options, which is public or private or something like this. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Maybe I've missed, but it's not clear to what repository should I create PR. And also, where should I post a link for this PR so other people could review? We will touch this topic on Monday, on the upcoming Monday. So we will have a session where I will show you what and how should you submit just to get your job checked. So, and just to make everything properly. It's about type of what does mean GitHub free and paid? I don't know. Paid GitHub sounds interesting. Maybe it's something about the Copilot or enterprise license. I don't know.
It's about our tasks. So yeah, we have something mentioned that free resources and paid version. I believe
Oh,
it's because we provide different options for different uh, types of solving this task, and you can choose between them. It is about the type of AWS resources. The free version is about free tier, and the paid version um, is about the resources that might be out of the free tier. So yeah, you'll have the options.
yeah,
For example,
but they had to show to you just because sometimes we're a bit more convenient to solve this task using the paid resources. And sometimes it's also about the best practices. Okay, so you can deploy your application on the EC2 instance and make it publicly available, but this is not how it works on the production. So in the production, you have a fleet of EC2 instances and hidden behind the load balancer and so on. So, and also about the free and paid resources. So you still need to choose which path you'd like to go. But for let's say basic understandings on how AWS works and how all of the DevOps stuff works, I think free tier is quite enough. But if you are brave enough just to go to the paid path, go ahead. So it's still okay. You will just get a bit broad understanding on how all of it works.
you should be also brave to choose the free path because it's free not only because it's just better option, but because it's a bit more strange and harder. So yeah, choose wisely.
Okay. Is this course efficient enough to cover everything junior DevOps engineer position needs? I don't know.
Not really.
I would say many topics that junior DevOps engineer position needs will be covered partially. But is this course a way to the junior DevOps engineer position? I would say no, but it will be beneficial for you to have this knowledge. And
It all
Yeah.
yeah, it all depends on your intention and yeah, and your free time. If you have an option to take all your time for the additional knowledge and additional resources and so on. So yeah, that would be a great start, but it's not enough. I side with you, Ivan and Anton.
Yeah, I think it's all about the practice. So you'll get basic knowledge about how everything works. So when you go to the interview next time, so when they will ask you, okay, what is Kubernetes? And you'll say, okay, Kubernetes is an orchestration tool. And they will ask you, okay, and do you have any experience working with Kubernetes? And you'll say, yes. And actually, I just passed the course from the ERA school, which was dedicated about the AWS DevOps, and I had a practice with the Kubernetes cluster. I just deployed my own Kubernetes cluster and then deployed the application with Jenkins and so on. So yeah, it will be some maybe in some position it will be enough, but for the employees who is just really starting, maybe not the junior position, but a kind of intern or something like this. So you will just help someone to do something and then try to understand how it works a bit more deeper. Just because, okay, you can deploy the Kubernetes, but how it exactly works, I think we will not cover, or we will cover it only from the top about what is the main parts of the Kubernetes. So yeah, all the information you will need to get from the internet or from your own experience. So you can just decouple the Kubernetes deployment and try to find out how it really works under the hood. Okay, what if I miss a task deadline? Nice question. Actually, you will just not get any points, and that's actually it. So your job, even if you did something, your job will not be assigned to someone else to check. You will not participate in the cross-check, and you will eventually not get any points at all. So you will just get 0. But likely, to pass this course, you need to get only 70% uh, of points, of amount of points of the first place student. So we have 7 tasks. So let's say it's 700 points, and you will need to get only 70% of this, which is, I don't know, it's something like 630, something like this. No, it's not that much. Just because it's been said. Okay, it's 590. And it will be enough. Yeah. So you can skip, but you better choose not to skip, just because we will not repeat the information, and all of the information is quite necessary to understand the DevOps entirely, let's say. So not from the parts, but what are we doing and how it works entirely. Okay, what about task? We need to create branch for each task, or do everything in one? Good question. Ivan, do you have something to say about it?
Doesn't matter, honestly. If you want to do every task in one branch, feel free to go with this way. But for each task, you will need to create a pull request. And if you go further, for example, you completed the first task and you want to create the second task, but the first task is still in review. And you push something to the same branch and completely change your pull request for the first task. And the reviewer will be a bit shocked with the new information they got. So yeah, I would recommend separating, but you can do how you want. It's not bound to anything.
Yeah, I think we just use pull request just because pull request only shows the written changes, so the changes which are important for this exact task. So, for example, you may have already the main branch which already contains some Terraform code or something like this, and in the next task you will need to create, for example, Jenkins deployment, and you will need to provide some written information or I don't know, some Helm chart code. But if you will just submit, for example, your main branch, it will also consist of Terraform, and the reviewer will need to find all of the information regarding this exact task. So we are talking about, we are using the pull request just to separate the freshly created changes from already existing code. So this is why we encourage you to use the pull request. So you just made the changes, made as many commits as possible, and then you just need to create the pull request, which will show all of the changes that were made exactly and especially for this task. Okay, let's move on. We have knowledge of Linux and Git. Easy to learn it on the go and successfully complete the course. I'd say yes.
Yeah, that's true. Because there are a bunch of materials, and you can dive deeper to the, for example, GenAI description, and yeah, that will be helpful for you, or to find any Linux websites which where all the commands and Bash are described. So
I think what differs this course from many others is that this course is practical one. So you will need to get all the information all the theory to create all the tasks, and you will be given some materials, but some of them probably your gaps in knowledge or our not really deep research in needed materials will need to be covered by you. So all the information, all the knowledge you will need, please consult with existing materials, with Google, with ChatGPT, and surely with the Discord channels. We'll be gladly we'll be glad to provide you some tips how to work with it. Or your peers.
Yeah, and talking about the Linux and Git, so mostly you will need to create some tasks. So for example, okay, how to clone the repository from the internet. And if you will Google it, so you'll get an option. Okay, just use git clone command and then paste the URL of the repository you want to clone. And then how to create a new branch. Okay, you will be given the command, which is git checkout -p and the name of a branch and so on. So yeah, feel free to use Google, feel free to use LLMs just to solve such kind of tasks. I think we will not cover them because we will mostly talk about the technologies like Terraform, Kubernetes, and so on. Yeah, this is kind of basics. But yeah, you will you can get all of this information in the internet. It will be not that hard as you think. Only in the case you will mess something with your repository. So yeah, it will be. But it is just another story. So yeah, Git is interesting. I don't know for sure whether I've registered successfully. Ping me in the Discord channel, please. So I will have a look if you're already registered for this course. But hopefully you will get the notification on your email or something like this. I don't know, actually. Sorry. What if you are restricted from creating any location? Are there any options? Unfortunately, we don't provide any options to work from the restricted locations. Yeah, maybe you can ask someone to help, but there's no assistance from our case, from our end in such cases. Okay, this question once again. So yeah, ping me please in the Discord channel or in the Discord. You can do it in the private messages. So I will try to find your user in the course, and I'll let you know if you're registered or not. Should we use originated Terraform resources, or are community modules, CG Cloud Pulse, also allowed? I don't think there are restrictions from our end. Yeah, if you find it, if you find this convenient for you, so yeah, go ahead. Why not?
I think we should mention that there is no right and only one possible option to solve the tasks. So you can experiment, you can find your own way. So feel free to do everything. But remember, there will be a couple of people who will need to understand what you're doing.
Yeah, you can expect some questions to your code, but maybe not. Okay, maybe this is more money here or than effort, but mostly isn't available for me. What can I do? How much it can cost? I think it's always a good idea to ask AWS support in such cases. And I'm not sure if it really works, but I saw somewhere in the chat, in the Discord channels, what someone said, okay, so I'm just a student and I'm trying to understand how AWS works. And it was a message to the AWS support. And they said, okay, I'm just a student, so I want to understand how all of it works. So could you please extend the free tierness of my account for a little bit longer? I'm not sure if this person succeed, but I think it's a good place to start. So just try to understand if it's really possible. Okay. Repo has 9 tasks, not 7. Exactly. So yeah, unfortunately, there is still some changes needs to be done in the AWS School application. So yeah, we just decided to squash 3 latest tasks, just one. So it will be all about the monitoring. So it will be for 2 weeks, hopefully, or maybe just one. So it's not a big task. So there is no reason to extend it for 3 weeks. So we'll fix it. Excuse me, on Monday, but there are no scheduled lectures on Monday. Okay, so good question. So we really have a schedule in the AWS School application, but please don't rely on this one. So you should mostly rely on the announcements in the Discord channel. I will try to keep it updated, but I'm not sure if I will succeed with this one. So yeah, pay attention to the announcement in the Discord channel and assume the role in the role assigner channel or room in the Discord. So yeah, just to be updated. Is to create just to Discord and access the repository. Don't think so. On the first task, we will also documentation GitHub Actions pipeline is passing. We will also need to deploy. We will also need to deploy a special account in the AWS just to run in our Terraform code inside from the GitHub Actions. So and we'll talk about it on Monday. But yeah, so GitHub Actions is kind of CI/CD tool which we can use to run in our pipelines. Okay, Max. Yep. Thank you so much. I think that's it from the questions perspective. Any more questions? And if there is not, so we can wrap it up.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much. And please pay attention to the announcement channel, the announcement group. Okay, let me actually have a look on what it actually is. So I think there should be some kind of name. So, okay, there's nothing. Can I just create something? Okay, I can create channel. So it's not Discord channel. So it's like a Discord group or something like this. And okay, it's Discord server. And our Discord server is RS AWS Club. And inside of the server, we have a bunch of channels. And one of it is, I think the most important one is announcements. This is a place where you can find all of the notifications about the upcoming events. And as Elisa already mentioned, so AWS DevOps and AWS DevOps RU is the places where you can ask all of the questions what are bothering you and seek for help from moderators, from RS activists, and from the students like you. So, okay, one more question. Where can I find a schedule for our DevOps course? I'll try to update it in the upper school, so you will have the information about all of the tasks. But I believe if you will go to the course tasks, so you can find the information about all of the tasks and all of the schedule about them. It's not actually true right now. I will fix it a bit. But yeah, mostly it's correct. So you can rely on this one. How do we get the class schedule? Once again, pay attention to the announcement channel, and I will also try to update the schedule in the UpRS school. So yeah, there will be information about all of the. You can also find the information about all of the tasks, which will be held during this course, and also information about the upcoming events.
I think also it's important to mention about the role assigner.
Yeah, I already said, so you can just go to the, okay, so now we figured out what it's called channel. So we have a role assigner channel in our Discord server. And this is a place where you can click on the green button and get the role, which is called AWS 2025-Q2. And whenever we will make any announcements about this course, so we will tag this role and you will be notified no matter what. So you can just mute all of the server at all, but this notification will still be transmitted to you. Okay, so thank you so much once again. Thank you for being with us. Such an honor. So many people and so many questions. Yeah, it's really pretty warm and good to understand that there's so many people. And click the green button. Okay, Artem, I believe that's expected, but if you will click on your okay, but if you will click on your nickname on the right side of the Discord server, so you will find out where right now you are. You got the role AWS DevOps Q2. But if you will have any questions, please feel free to ping me in the Discord channel directly or in any of the channels. So I will try to help you as soon as possible. Okay, so we are already a bit out of time, and it's Friday evening. So I wish you a happy weekend, and see you on Monday. Stay tuned.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for participation.
Cheers.